Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic week. Well, it might not actually be morning when you're watching this, but it is morning for me. It is a nice and lovely 9:30 a.m. and I'm ready to start my day by doing something super duper exciting, which is finally getting to
decorating my Christmas tree.
You pretend like you didn't see the title. I have a hint as to what my fabulous tree is going to be themed with, and the hint is my eyes. So let me zoom you in so you can take a nice little gander at what we're doing with my tree here. Here is my makeup today. As you can see, it's red and gold with a bit of black, and then there's little bats flying around. So with this little hint, do you know what my theme will be? If you guessed vampire tree, congratulations, you are the winner of a...
It's a new car!
There you go, good job. Way to guess it. So I am doing a vampire tree and I'm very excited to show you the process with you guys. I've never even thought about doing a vampire tree until this year when the idea just randomly sprung up in my brain, and I think it was September, and I thought it was just the perfect tree theme because it is red, and what color is easy to find during Christmas time?
Red?
That's right, red. So I'm very excited to show you guys. My color scheme will be red, gold, and black. So that'll be my color scheme for this vampire tree. I'm not the only one who thought of doing a vampire tree this year, so I wanted to mention two to you guys. One I cannot find for the life of me anywhere on Instagram. I could have sworn I either took a screenshot of it or saved it onto one of my boards on Instagram, but it was the coolest vampire tree. I never would have thought of doing this version of a vampire tree. What they did is they really honed in on the Bela Lugosi vampire aesthetic. And then another really cool take on a vampire tree was this one I found from Los Gothics. She is a fellow Denver person. What's up, girl? I would be best friends with you if I still lived in Colorado, or hopefully we would be best friends. I don't really know. She did a more simplistic style of a vampire tree, and she added in snowflakes, which I thought was a really good idea. So she did like two different trees. One's more miniature and then one's a larger tree. So with her larger tree, it's actually a red tree, which I didn't even know they made red Christmas trees, but I thought that was brilliant. And then she decorated it with black ornaments and then snowflakes. And then she also has a smaller tree which utilizes a black tree, and then she kind of did the same similar aesthetic, but it was really cool seeing both takes on a black tree and a red tree. So if you're looking for more ideas, hopefully this gives you some ideas as to how you can take possibly your vampire tree. Me personally, I'm going to be taking you into the Viago route, and what I mean by Viago is, if you don't know, the character Viago from What We Do in the Shadows, he is a wonderful Victorian dandy, and I want to channel his Victorian dandiness into my Gothmas tree this year. I think that's going to be so much fun. So I am officially naming my Gothmas tree the Victorian Vampire. So along with me showing you how I'm going to decorate my tree, we're going to do some really quick DIYs that any of you guys can do. I believe all these items you can still purchase or at least find somewhere on the interwebs. You know what I'm saying? Let's go over that away. That away and see how we're going to start off this tree. To help set the mood, I have put on this wonderful snowfall at a lake scene. Yes. Which is great because it has no sound, so I won't get copyrighted, but I will still be able to enjoy snow falling because snow doesn't really fall here in Oregon, and I never thought I'd say this.
I kind of miss snow a little bit.
Where have you been?
There you guys are. You're so late. I've already put on my lights. Were you at Christmas shopping? Hey there, slowpokes. So while you were gone, I have decorated my green tree. If you did not see in my Decorate My Halloween Tree With Me video, you'll know that I have a green Christmas tree that I got forever ago from Target, and I just feel guilty getting rid of fake trees because they do use a lot of plastic and aren't like entirely great for the environment, but they can be if you use them for a very long time. So honestly, the good thing about me having bought this dark green tree is it's so dark that normally when you put on ornaments, it doesn't scream green.
To me at least.
Anyways, while you were gone, I put up these 120 count incandescent mini lights in the color red, and these ones I got during Halloween time at Fred Meyer, but this was like their early planogram set for Christmas, so if you're looking for red lights, this is kind of nice because you can find red lights really anytime during the Christmas season and pretty much any local store that you have, which is great. Don't have to do any pre-planning during Halloween time to get special colored lights like purple or orange. These are readily available to anybody.
Why do I feel like you're about to break into song?
And then in case you're wondering how many string lights I ended up putting on this, I put up 3 total boxes of these, and I think it just lit it up beautifully. So now that I have these lights on, I actually have another set of lights I'm going to put on my tree to hone in that good old Victorian dandy look. So these are the other lights I plan on putting on the tree today with you guys. These are straight line construction for easy decorating. Pre-tested guaranteed delight for indoor use. Can you tell me what these are? So forewarning, I got these lights off eBay, and who knows whoever owned this before me if they even work. So this is a gamble, but they're supposed to look like Victorian candle lights that are about like this big, however, without the concern of lighting candles on a Christmas tree. How did they do that back in the day? How did they not light everything on fire? Smokey Bear would be appalled. So I bought 2 of these lights, so let's go ahead and string them on the tree and see if 1, they work, and if 2, they do give the effect of some good old-fashioned Victorian candlelight. Oh yeah, and in case you missed my decorating my Halloween tree with me, that right there is a Bowflex that my boyfriend never uses, so pretend like that doesn't exist. We're already off to a great start with these because this one lost its clip, which is right here. Luckily, I have my hot glue gun primed and ready to go, so I guess we'll repair this one, but the rest of them seem to have their clips intact. Gonna try and see if I can find where one of these hooks in together, which I think is right around here. So I want to test to see if these work. Hooray, they do! So I think I'm gonna start at the top of the tree and then work down with these cute little candle lights. Gotta say, they definitely don't give you all that many candles per string light, so I guess I gotta be a bit picky with where I want these to go. Wait, stop everything. My cat looks so cute right now. Let me show you him. So I just bought this chair here not that long ago. I'll explain it more in a upcoming video. But look at him. Look at your smushed face. Oh, buddy, I love you. He has literally not left this chair since I bought it, so oftentimes I have to basically sit on him to get him to move so he can share this chair with me. Okay, I love these string lights. They're so cute and they just give me the Victorian vibes I was looking for. They really just bring this tree from being a red Christmas tree to something a bit more antique and Victorian. I love it. I do wish I had bought 3 of these string lights, not just 2, but I do think where I placed them does work. It's just the side of the tree and the back of the tree do not have them, but
It'll be our little secret.
so I think the next step in our Victorian vampire tree is to put on these red ornament bulbs that I got from IKEA. These are the biggest ornaments I have for the tree, so I feel like it makes sense to go from the biggest ornaments to the smallest ornaments in terms of decorating your tree. To me, that mentally makes sense. So let's go ahead and hang these on the tree. That was not comfortable for my hips to stand like that. By the way, these were not the scissors I lost. These are my fabric scissors. Don't get mad, I bought new fabric scissors so I can sacrifice this for other endeavors, but I still can't find my normal regular scissors. And my tape, they're gone. Welcome back! I officially put all of my red ornament bulbs on my tree, and now I thought it would be a good time to get into some DIYs. So let's change up our camera angles. Let's change up our camera angles so I can show you the 2 or 3 different DIYs I have for you guys. The first DIY I have for you guys is this vampire-esque bow. I feel like bows are really popular to put on your tree in years past, so I feel like this could help our tree to have that Victorian-esque looking edge to make Viago oh so proud of us. This one is very, very easy. I'll show you what you need. So you can pick whatever ribbon you want. I got this dazzled drape fabric mesh garland. So when I took this out, I wasn't expecting it to be like a literal scarf, but that's how this one is. So I'm just gonna cut mine into a length that I desire, but obviously if you want a bigger bow or a smaller bow, you can adjust your ribbon size for that means. Obviously you're gonna need your handy dandy glue gun, which I have in the corner here. And then I have these wooden bats. These are those same ones I used in my Gothmas wreath video, so I had them again. I figured I'd use the rest of them in this DIY since again these are way too small to use as standalone ornaments, especially on a normal size tree. So I cut up like a fairly large piece of that garland stuff. So since mine is very, very see-through, as it had explained that it was mesh, I'm actually gonna fold this 4 times over, kind of like this, so that way you can see it looks more like a cohesive ribbon versus just some weird mesh stuff. So here is my folded ribbon. Sorry that I sound out of breath. I don't actually know why. It's not like I ran around or anything. So now I'm just gonna fold this in half like this, so that way I can figure out where my middle point is. So mine is going to be around right here. So I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue on that spot. Then be very careful during this point. This is where I'm actually going to try and glue these pieces together by pushing down. You can use something like, I don't know, this piece of plastic to do it, so that way you don't burn your skin. But just be very careful when you're doing this, because you definitely don't want to burn yourself. Hot glue burns are the worst. So now that I have that there, I'm going to just fold over my ribbon pieces to figure out how big of a loop I want to make. So once I figure out that, I'm just going to mimic this same thing on the other side, and I'm actually going to fold mine over into an X kind of shape like this. I found it was easier because before I was trying to do like this shape here where you fold it over like this. While it still gives you the same effect, it's actually a lot harder to hot glue down. So this actually does the same exact effect if you just crisscross it like that, and it's a lot easier. I'm gonna go ahead and crisscross them, and then once I have that, I kind of just scrunch it together like this, so you can see here's the bottom of our ribbon, here's our loop, and then once I have that, I cut a piece of ribbon that's about 1 inch to 2 inches. This one's a little bit thick, so I'm gonna fold this one in half actually. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to do a loop. So this will make our bow shape like this. And so you can pick which side you think is prettier. This side I thought was the uglier side. This I thought was the prettier side. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do some fiddling here to make sure my loops are the same size, and I feel like they are more so. So you're gonna flip it, and then you're gonna tie a knot. So here is one loop. You can see on the front, it looks like a beautiful bow. And then I'm going to tie another knot. The reason why I'm tying another knot is for one, to make it stay better, but two, you can see one of these wants to flail to the front and one of these wants to flail to the back, but if I do another loop, they'll both want to hang out in the same direction, which is what we'll be using to hang it on our Christmas tree. So as you can see, double loop, and now they want to hang towards the top. So this is how we're going to tie it onto our tree. You can do a different way of tying onto your tree if you want these to hang down. Now with that, we have our bow the way we like it. We can grab our little wooden bat here, and then we're gonna hot glue this in the center, like so. And that's going to bring this from a regular red bow into a vampire bow. Once you have the bat on there, the last step is just to trim the ends of your ribbons. That way they just look neater and not so kind of janky over here. I'm gonna do that off camera, but that's how you make this first really easy little ribbon bow ornament. So the second DIY I have for you guys is also very simple, and you can really do a lot of things with this, with these framed ornaments right here. So what I like about this DIY is you can really personalize whatever you want to put into these frames. If you had a printer, I unfortunately do not. Maybe I'll do this next year if I do get a printer, is you can print off the various vampires seen in movies like Bela Lugosi's Dracula. You could do Vlad the Impaler. You could do all of the cast of What We Do in the Shadows. I think that would be so much fun to put in these frames. But since I don't have a printer, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do instead. I actually used some vintage photographs. They're not actually vintage. They are from the brand Tim Holtz. If you have ever walked into Michael's, you've probably heard of this brand before. But I believe last Halloween, I got these found relatives cards, and they are really cool. They have a variety of different people from our past on the cards. Another idea I had was to use vintage objects. So I had this like American crafts paper that you can see I've used quite a few times, but they have like chandeliers, a old clock down here that's kind of cut in half. So this was just kind of cool if you wanted to have vintage objects that maybe if you were a vampire that you longed for back when you were in the 1800s or whatever era you are from. So that's what this one and this one are from, or it's from that piece of paper there. And so you're probably wondering about the frames I used. I actually am using what's called the Paper Studio. I actually got them from Hobby Lobby. I got them online, so I'm not sure if you can get them in store. They are somewhat expensive at $4.99 for a pack of 2. However, this was the cheapest I could find in comparison to Michael's, Etsy, etc. So I definitely would recommend these. And if you don't like gold, I feel like they could be easily spray painted. I feel like these also came in silver, but don't quote me on that. But again, they could be easily spray painted. And I do like how they come circular as well as a rectangle shape. So we're gonna make a couple of these together, but really it's not that difficult. You just need some scissors, whatever picture you wanna put in, and then these ornate frames, and however you wanna hang it, via a ribbon, the ornament hooks, you can just hot glue on the back, however you want to do it. So we have this guy, and then we have a little photo frame here. So I'm just gonna try and position it to where I like it on his face. And then if you want to grab a pencil, it's maybe easier, but you can just like trace around where the inside of the frame is. That way you don't accidentally cut too far in and then you have a little paper gap or something like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out, and then we'll move on to the next step. I actually decided to change the frame to be the rectangular one because I liked his outfit and I wanted to include more of it, so I chose the rectangular one instead. But we're just going to hot glue the picture onto the back like so, and then that's it. That's your DIY. You can keep repeating this as many times as you'd like, as many of the frames that you decided to buy. This is the last DIY I want to share with you guys. It's super simple. I got this bat cloche back in, I think, 2018 from Michael's, but you might still be able to find it. This is from the Halloween Recollections collection, and so maybe if you Google it, you might be able to find it somewhere on the interwebs. So I had different plans for these cloches. I was going to try and put little teeth in them or something like that. However, these do not come apart. No matter how hard you try, they'll not come apart. So I didn't know what to use them for the longest time. However, this year I decided to use them as little ornaments. I feel like it would be really cool to have the light shining through the glass. I feel like that would be super effective. The only thing you have to do with this DIY is determine how you want to hang your bat cloches on your tree. So I just chose whatever this yucky waxy ribbon is, and then hot glued it onto the back like this. Here's how the ornaments I made turned out. I got 5 bat bows over here, and then I have 4 of these. I got 4 of these bat cloches. I have a total of 8 of these frames. I decided to not use all the ones I have because I would like to save the rest of them for when I have a printer or something like that to actually print out pictures of different Dracula characters throughout the years in movies. And then the last thing I forgot to show you guys is I'm just hot glued on some ribbon onto the back of these chalkboard tombstones. And these tombstones I got from Target this year in the dollar spot section, so this was $3, so it comes out to $1 each, so pretty good deal. $1 for an ornament, not bad. So those are all the ornaments I wanted to DIY with you guys today. I think I have a good variety of shapes and sizes. So now let's continue decorating the tree. But I want to mention real fast, none of these ornaments had glitter.
Well, not today, pal.
So I figured the next thing we put on our very not so vampire tree as of right now is our bows. So I feel like they're a pretty large statement piece, so I want to make sure that they are spread out evenly amongst the tree. Then after that, I think I'll do the tombstones because they are like this big, and that's a pretty hefty ornament. Once we're done with those two ornaments, I think I'm going to move to these. Let me show you. To these black bulbs that I got at Hobby Lobby. I don't want to use all of them because these ornaments have to share locations. Share nicely, you guys. Decide which tree you want to go on, okay? Okay. So we're going to do another wonderful time lapse of me putting on the ornaments I made as well as some of the black ornaments, and then we'll move to the top of the tree where we'll try and figure out what tree topper I would like to do. I have an idea, but it may not work. I'll show you what it is after the time lapse. So I completely forgot to mention two other ornaments that I had. So one of them are these little paper bats. You would have seen these if you saw me decorate my Halloween tree, but I'm going to use them again. I divided them between my vampire tree and my black, purple, and white tree. And then I also have these bat patches. Originally, these were supposed to go on my tree skirt down there, but these came so late that I already have my presents wrapped and ready to go for my friends and family down there. So I do not feel like trying to lug out all the presents to put them back on just to iron on these bats that you won't be able to see anyways because the presents down there. So this will be a project for next year. This year, these will just be more ornaments for me to put on the tree. I think I'll be here literally all day fiddling with all the ornaments if I just don't stop. I just gotta stop myself. Rachel, I'm cutting you off. It's time to move on. Let me show you my idea for the tree topper and if I can make it happen because I honestly have no idea. So first off, I have this really pretty ribbon. This ribbon is black and gold and it has bats and other florals on it. So I figured I would tie that at the top of the tree because if you know me, I love tying a bow top of the tree. Then here is the tree topper idea that I have. This is from Design Toscano. They always have some amazing things, but I saw this amazing coffin. So here is the lid. I love how the inside even has details, has bats flying up to the moon. How cool is that? So I think if it's too heavy, I might just use the coffin lid for the tree topper, but I'll show you what the bottom of the half of the coffin looks like. So this is definitely very weighty, so I'm a little bit concerned of using this whole entire thing as a tree topper, like I said, but maybe I could find a way to have Mr. Dracula here set somewhere on the tree where it's a little bit more supported by the branches. But I think it's so cool, and I love how they give you a little Dracula. So here's what the Dracula looks like. So detailed and everything, I love it. So perhaps I'll put this Dracula as an ornament somewhere on the tree. I don't want to do anything to permanently change it. I just want to showcase it on the tree somewhere. So I'm gonna have to try and figure out how I'm gonna do that in a not permanent way. But as for the coffin, I don't know if I can use the whole entire thing. Again, like I said, it is pretty weighty on its own. But maybe if I just use the lid, it might be possible. I'm gonna go ahead and tilt you guys upward so we can do the tree topper. So first I'm gonna do the ribbon on the top of the tree, and then we'll try and figure out the whole Dracula situation because I honestly have no idea how it's gonna turn out. Okay, so we put the ribbon on top of the tree. Now it's time to figure out how to do this coffin lid. that is so precariously set right now on that. I'm afraid it's gonna fall after a while. So scary. Okay,
Oh, I'm sorry. I can handle it.
I'm a bit in a question mark state right now because I have got it to stay where I put it. I did a quick jiggle test. Well,
Earthquake test.
and it's staying, but is it going to continue to stay? So I don't really know if I should try harder to get it to stay or if I just take what I did and run away, far, far away from the tree. But I'm gonna try and figure out a way to put the Dracula in the tree, and then I'll show you the completed tree. Finally, this took me way longer than I thought it was going to. I thought I'd be done with this tree decorating in like 2 hours, but I think it's been 6. So why do I take so long to do things?
I have no idea.
Thank you guys so much for watching this very festive Gothmas tree episode and enjoyed seeing my Victorian vampire tree. If you guys also have done Gothmas tree this year, please let me know down below. I would love to see your take on a Gothmas tree. It's a little late in the year to probably start decorating your own tree because Christmas is only 3 days away from when I'm filming this. I have been a sloth of a person at trying to get up my Gothmas tree as well as decorating. So I'm actually going to be filming that video after I finish this one. But I hope you guys enjoyed. And even though I was a little late, hopefully this still like brought you some festive, cheery fun to your holiday season. With that, I'm gonna go run because the sun is coming out, and if you're a fellow vampire like yours truly, that spells some bad news, like poor Peter Vampire. Hope you guys are having an awesome yet spooky week, and I'll see you in my next video, which hopefully will be tomorrow. Bye!